Hey, good evening. Map here, Map Investments. Doing here a Memorial Weekend video. It's been a while since I've done one. Last video was 13 days ago, talking about the recession. Um, GDP was down. We're waiting on the next report. If the next GDP report is down in negative territory, then we'll officially be in a recession. Um, but we can't control that. All we can do is control what we do in the marketplace, watching the market, keeping some dry powder, and looking for trends. So basically, I wanted to do some individual videos here over the weekend. Just gonna hang out here at the house, barbecue, and enjoy a long weekend with friends and family. Um, so this is the IBD stock screener that I use, and basically, if you guys know me and watch my prior videos, I basically talk about just taking advantage of your 401k if they have a match. I'm currently doing that. They give me a match, and basically, if you're in basically, like, for example, my 401k is in the BlackRock Life Path 2045, which I got about 20 good years, God willing, left. Um, you could put it up here. Um, let's see the holdings. If you look at the holdings, 64% US, 15% Europe, some emerging markets, Japan, Asia, and a little bit of cash. Um, Asset class is all equity uh, for the most part, 90%, and about 8.5% in fixed income and 2% in cash. Um, and these are the top holdings. BlackRock Russell 1000 Index Fund, about 51% makes up this mutual fund. Um, then the international fund, about 35%. Then the bond fund, about 6%. Real estate, about 4%. Tips for inflation, about 2%. And small cap, about 1%. So if you take a look at this, it's probably mainly, if you can, well, we'll do another search on this fund so you can see what's in there. And you can kind of see what my thought process is, on a daily basis and long term. So 50% of 50% of the 2045 um, mutual fund that I have through work, this one right here, Life Path Index 2045, 50% of this fund is in this uh, other index fund. And if you look here, we look at the holdings. Let's see here, it tells me holdings. They have a 6% weighting in Apple, 5% in Microsoft, 3 in Google, 2.78 in Amazon, 1.87 in Tesla, Berkshire, United Healthcare, Johnson & Johnson, Facebook, Meta Platform, and Nvidia. This makes up the holding of this ETF, which is broken down into 26 in IT, 13 in healthcare, 12 financials, 11 consumer discretionary, industrials. So it's diversified, basically. And that's that. And then basically, let me go back over here. This one is international, so probably has stocks overseas and then bonds. So you get the idea. So for me, it makes no sense to basically look at Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, Amazon, Meta, Bank of America, Microsoft, because they're already here. So it'd just be an overlap. If I'm putting in my 401k and saving money in my 401k and I'm trying to max it out for the year, which is about $20,000 plus whatever they match, and just so you know, you put 20k in whatever your match company doesn't affect what you can contribute to your yearly 401k, just so you know that. So that's my thought process on my long term. You know, I'm 40, just turned 46, still got another, God willing, another 20 years left before I retire, if I retire, because I like to work and stay busy. Sometimes I say when you retire, you expire. So it's always good to keep the mind going and you know, read, maybe do blogs, content, you know, videos. I've gotten away from the videos. Work has been busy. It's a little bit slower because the car business is a little bit cyclical and it gets a little bit slower in the summer, which is typical. So it gives me time to you know, recharge the batteries and put some good content out there on what I'm seeing and what's worked for me, etc. So that's my thought process on the long term and the big stuff. So what is micromep doing? Micromep is concentrating on maybe, you know, we've had a big pullback in the market. Let's just close these. We can open up this here and take a look at where we are. Um, Basically, we're going to be in June next week. So halfway through the year almost. I mean, we still got June and then we're through halfway through the year. If we look at the futures here and the performances year to date, you have, I'm just going to focus on the indexes for now. The NASDAQ's down 22%. The small caps are down 15. S&P down 12. And the Dow Jones is down 8. Now, mind you, we've had a pretty big rally here in the last couple of weeks. I want to say we've bounced back pretty big. Um, which is good. You know, it's expected, I guess. Um, but anyways, the Nasdaq is in bear market territory, which is 20% or more. The Russell was there the other day, and the S&P touched it. We basically bounced back 8% from the 20% bear market threshold. So we've bounced back 8%. So I don't know if we're out of the woods yet. I wouldn't say we are, but you know, Jim Cramer always says there's always a bull market, and I believe in that. So, but you gotta always be looking at the tape and stuff like that. So you know, I look at bar chart a lot. Very cool um, website, and I look at the most active options, and I really try and pick up on trends, and I still think it's on the inflation is, you know, the big problem that we have currently. Um, so I'm focusing on stuff that companies that can, A, you know, transfer those costs to consumers, and B, is something that people really need, or the economy needs, or the infrastructure, etc. And that's where I'm at. I'm not in love with tech right now. When I do my scans, I don't see a lot of tech. It's a lot of energy, uh, you know, being, if it's royalty trust or drillers or servicers, um, shippers, a lot of shippers, miners, and we'll get into some of the picks that I'm seeing. And you know, and these videos I'm going to be doing are more on stock specific, but I'll touch on the overall macro uh, environment as well. Um, So here looking at the screener, this is a new one that popped up, OPHC. They usually update this on Friday afternoon. I don't know what OPHC does. I haven't studied them. Um, but it seems like it's a bank in Florida. This is very tiny. Um, Go over here, TD OPHC, and you know, it's a very small bank, 26 million market cap. This is a tiny bank. This is small. So, anyways, that's that on the screener. Now, the one that I want to bring to your attention, there's a couple, and I'll do a series of just stuff that I like and that's working for me and that I think will be okay. This video is going to be on Sunopta. Um, Now, these guys are based out of Canada, and so I'm focusing on. There's been many stocks that over the years I've looked at stocks like, from $10 down, more or less, in that range, and I look at them in over time, and I'm like, wow, if I would have held these stocks or I would have invested over time, I would have made a killing. Um, so that's where I'm at. This is where I need to focus my. I have three accounts with TD. I have a Roth IRA. I have a traditional IRA. If I'm not mistaken, you can contribute. I want to say $6,000, $7,000 a year there. And then I do my 401k, which, like I said, my 401k takes care of the big stuff, the stuff that everybody's looking at. I'm more of a kind of micro guy looking for the next big thing. Um, that obviously makes sense. So these guys, they manufacture natural, organic, and specialty food products mainly sold in the U.S. and in Canada. The volume today was up 132% on 2.1 million shares. And if you look at this chart, this explosion here was on an earnings surprise. The company made money. It gave it back, and I picked up a lot of calls on this pullback. And now we're back up here. Now this is the daily chart. Let me pull up the weekly chart. This is the weekly chart. Now this was in 2020, last year, more or less, last year in February. This was a 17. The high was 1707 in February of last year, a little bit over a year ago. Came down all the way from 17 down to about 4. Let's see what the 52-week low is. 422. Now we're trading at 823, 827 in the after hours on 2.145 million shares. Um, they reported earnings on May 11th, and Sunopta had an earnings per share. They made a penny, and they beat the negative 2 cents per loss. They were a little bit light on their sales, but the company was profitable. So, we want to invest in profitable companies. Now, one of the reasons that I really like them is because you got to eat. And these guys, there was some inside buying and selling. And here's their website, Fueling the Future of Food, top 175 workplaces. What we do best: develop and manufacture sustainable plant-based foods and ingredients. Here are some of their products: soy milk, coconut milk, oat milk, almond milk. And you can come to their website and check it out. I'm currently, let's see what I got in here. Pulling up the Thinkorswim platform. Actually, I'm right here. I have the stock right here. So I don't think I own any stock. I think I'm on options. Yes, I'm on options in here. And I did do, when they were down, I did a put credit spread, sold the 750 and bought the 5, and that one's doing well. I picked up a 5 call, and I picked up 5 of the 750 calls, and I picked up 10 of the July 10 calls. And I also have one down here, 230 days out, um, on the last option chain, so almost a year out at the 10. So this put credit spread is looking good, and this 5 call, I paid 225, so my break even is 5 plus 225 is 725. I'm up 100 on this one. I bought 5 of these 750 calls at 27 cents. So that makes my break even about 775. They're worth about $1 right now. So I'm up 365 on these. And I bought 10 of the 10 calls when it was down for 10 cents, and they're worth 32.5 cents right now, up to 25. And I'm up on this one another 70, and I got time on this. So I like this stock. It's in the food business. Um, most of the trades are in here. You can see I'm up about 800 total on the. I don't think I have anything in my retirements on this one. It's just my, yeah. So it's just in my regular brokerage. You know, my IRA fell under 25K, so they flagged me as day trade or whatever. Um, so yeah, there you go. That's Sunopta. Take a look at it. It was up on heavy volume today. I think it looks pretty good. I like it. I think the food business is a good business. They can increase their transfer their cost. They're a producer. They're a producer, so they manufacture organic specialty food, so they can pass on their cost to the wholesalers or the stores or whatever. So the expected move was about $10 by in the next 50 days. So that's what I'm hoping for. I think I would take some chips off there on the closer option. I will probably close these closer ones and play it by ear. And I'll obviously keep this longer one and go from there. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like it, share, subscribe, and I will do more videos on individual names as the weekend comes along, and I'll try and do. Uh, I always promise this, but I think a better route would be to focus on just being stock specific. I'm not a financial advisor. Invest at your own risk. I'm just telling you what I saw in the marketplace today trending, and I think it's doing well. Um, but yeah, I think it would be better that way. People are probably doing the same thing I'm doing, looking at specific stocks. And I think I've noticed that when I do videos, there's more success when I do it on something specific. And obviously, the goal of this YouTube channel is to help fellow followers and investors and people that are passionate about financial markets and um, their own pocketbook. So I think if they're into the markets, they're going to be looking at trending stocks, etc. So I think I'm going to be going that route because when I look at my history and my videos and the analytics, um, obviously the title is very, very important. So um, that's why I'm going to focus on that. Anyways, have a great Memorial weekend, and I'll probably be doing some more videos on some of my, probably top 10 winners so far year to date, and what I'm seeing that's uh, trending well, and I think have a bright future, and they're profitable companies. Very important in this environment to invest in profitable companies. They could be small caps and micro caps, but if they're making money, that's the key. Especially in this environment. All right, see you in the next video.